With that she left Anima and closed and locked the door behind her, and Anima remembered what the other queen's sister had given her, and took out the raven's feather and waved it thrice. Immediately birds, and birds, and birds came flying through the windows, and each of them picked out different kinds of feathers and placed them in the mattresses, so that long before night the 12 mattresses were filled as the queen had ordered. Again at nightfall the queen came in, and as soon as she saw that the second task had been carried out, she said, "Again thou hast had help. Tomorrow thou shalt have something to do which thou alone canst carry out." Next day the queen summoned her and gave her a small flask and a letter and said to her, "Take these to my sister, the queen of the netherworld, and bring back what she will give to thee safely, and then I may let thee see my son." "How can I find your sister?" said Anima. "That thou must find for thyself," and left her. Poor Anima did not know which way to go, but as she walked along the voice of someone invisible to her said softly, "Take with thee a copper coin and a loaf of bread and go down that deep defile there till thou comest to a deep river, and there thou wilt see an old man ferrying people across the river. Put the coin between your teeth and let him take it from you, and he will carry you across, but speak not to him. Then, on the other side, thou wilt come to a dark cave, and at the entrance is a savage dog. Give him the loaf of bread and he will let thee pass, and thou wilt soon come to the queen of the netherworld. Take what she gives thee, but beware lest thou eat anything or sit down while thou art within the cave." Anima recognized the voice of her husband and did all that he had told her, till she came to the queen of the netherworld, who read the letter she had handed to her. Then she offered Anima cake and wine, but she refused, shaking her head, but saying nothing. And the queen of the netherworld gave her a curiously wrought box and said to her, "Take this, I pray thee, to my sister, but beware lest thou open it on the way or ill may befall thee," and then dismissed her. Anima went back past the great dog and crossed the dark river. When she got into the forest beyond she could not resist the temptation to open the box, and when she did so out jumped a number, the dog, of little dolls, which commenced dancing about in front of her and around her and amused her much by their playful antics. But soon the night was coming on, and she wanted to put them into the box, and they ran away and hid behind the trees, and Anima knew that she could not get them back, so she sat down upon the ground and wept, and wept, and wept. But at last she heard the voice of her husband once more, who said, "See what that curiosity has again brought upon the casket, thou canst not bring back the box to my mother just as my aunt the queen of the netherworld has given it to you, and so we shall not see one another again." But at this Anima burst out into weeping and wailing so piteously that he took compassion on her and said, "See the golden bough on yonder tree, pluck it and strike the ground 3 times with it, and see what thou wilt see." Anima did as she had been told, and soon the little dolls came running from behind the trees and jumped of their own accord into the box, and she closed it quickly and took it back to the queen, her husband's mother. The queen opened the box, and when she found all the little dolls were in it laughed aloud and said, "I know who has helped thee, I cannot help myself. I suppose thou must have my son." And as soon as she had said this Anima's husband appeared and took her to him, and they lived happy ever afterwards.